Happy Remembrance Day. I just felt this and a super important day to come on and remind us all to remember the wars, to remember the things that have gone on. And given the direction that our world is going right now, I think we need to do some research and look at history, look at the people who gave their lives for us, look at where our leaders are taking us. Many of us that have been speaking out paid a price for that. And I, going forward, will not be speaking out so much. There's a lot of many of the things that I've shared with you. Our leaders don't want any of that information getting out. The mainstream media is censored, and it's hard to get truthful information on there. But you need to really understand with this digital ID that's coming out, that will be worse than China's social credit system. It is to lock you in. So if you don't get the next medical procedure that they say you have to get, or if you don't do everything that they want you to do, they will cut off your money. They can take away your children. There are so many things set into this law. These things they're bringing in that we absolutely have to say no. Canada is bringing in some very concerning bills right now to completely take away our freedom of speech, and to silence us, to shut off our cell phones, our internet service if we speak out and it's stuff that they don't want us saying. So I care about you guys all, you know that. And I may give little tips on health and wellness and fitness, but I'm not going to be talking about the more controversial things because I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to potentially even leave this country. And so, we have to watch. People are being put in jail in England, in UK right now for saying things that some anonymous person, just what Canada's putting through, anonymous complaint, which could be just something coming from the government because you never find out. You can be put in jail, and the laws are so stringent. We have to do our healing work. I've said this so many times before, but it's absolutely crucial. We have to feel the fear and hold ourselves lovingly and just purge the feelings by being present with it. Become the most loving parent we can be. Hold ourselves, breathe, get through it. Because we have to say no now. Once this is in place, once you sign up for this digital ID and they hook up your phone, the ID, and they've got the digital currency set up with it, everything in your home will become part of a smart city, and you can't imagine how bad it'll get, and it will just get worse. They do not care about us, and that's become more obvious than ever. So we have to do our healing work. We have to feel. I really suggest you feel free to private message me. You look into somatic healing work. It helps purge the energy from your body that you are holding from old trauma. So things like childhood abuse that you can't even remember that may have happened before you had a working memory where you could recall. So you never could recall, but it's really important. And those of us that will be saying no, our currency going forward will be the currency of love. We will have to help each other. We'll make sure nobody goes hungry. We will build communities. We may not be allowed to get utilities, cell phones, internet, enter stores. I mean, they plan to have everything included on that to force you into it. But you need to trust in love. You need to trust in the goodness of humanity. We've really been taken on a negative path and we've been programmed with beliefs that are just not true. We are beautiful, beautiful, multidimensional beings. And at this time, with the frequency rising on the planet, more and more will be revealed. So you have to trust that if you say no and you don't go along with it, you may suffer for a while. But if everybody says no, or a lot of people say no, they will not be able to bring it in. And that will ensure that our children and our grandchildren have freedom, that they live in a peaceful world. And those leaders that wanted everything just for themselves, the greed, the power, the money, the control, they won't be able to survive because the frequency will get so high that that they'll just be pushed out of this dimension. I know it all sounds pretty wild, pretty woohoo and whatnot, but start listening to others that are on a path of close connection with source, close connection with love and beauty and truth. Um, we've got to do the right thing, and there will always be a force to pull you off the right path. There will always be a force that will say, we could get away with this, and no, it won't be so bad. Of course, we don't want to believe it, right? It's horrible. And that's why we have to stop distracting ourselves, stop picking up that extra bowl of ice cream or the extra glasses of wine and just be present. Look for some somatic healers. I'm a somatic healer. Look for people that do internal family systems, EMDR, hypnotism, parts work. Cognitive behavioral therapy, the talk therapy, doesn't always get to the heart of what's going on. Do some yoga. Spend time in silence. I've been saying this to you guys for a long time. It is crucial. In the silence, we feel everything, stuff comes up. And it's so important. We've programmed ourselves to be like little robots, go, 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 but it doesn't help us. So, yeah, I've done a few interviews lately. They may come out. You could look for me. I think they don't let you post alternate media here in Canada, but if you want to find my content, I may continue to post on Rumble. Rumble, I am Janetta Jane at Janetta Jane, I believe it is. And on BitChute, it is Janetta Guardian, all uppercase, all one word, Janetta Guardian. So you can look for that. You can look for my content there. I've been trying to upload something to YouTube for a week now. It's just not going anymore. Um, they will block some of us that have been speaking out about things and allow other stuff to come out. I don't know why that is, um, but it is the way it is. So I will still be posting great stuff here when I can about health and wellness and all that good stuff. But I won't be warning you so much about things coming in. You've got to do the hard work, do the research. They have this digital ID tied into utilities, telephone, passports, travel, education, healthcare, pensions, employment insurance, probably even right down to mortgages. I mean, at one point during COVID times, they were going to not allow people who didn't have the thing in the arm to get mortgages. And look where that's going. And look what they're doing. Look for the big picture. They always want to create division. They always want to create fighting so that we fight each other and they don't even have to do it because we'll go to war. We'll fight each other. We'll hate the left or hate the right. No, no, no. You got to see beyond that. You got to see the big picture. They want us divided, and we can only change this thing in unity, loving each other, helping each other, being of service. So remember, Remember where we've been. Remember where they're trying to take us. We don't need them. There are so many beautiful, smart, open-hearted people that will lead us. If we say no and the government falls, we will be okay. Don't worry about, they've made us grow to think it's about money and power. It's always been about love. It's always been about peace. Nothing matters more than just having peace of mind and contentment, deep contentment, which comes from doing your healing work. So you've got to stop. You got to feel. And sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's really hard. So reach out to get help from people that can help you to do that, to go really deep and heal. Because when you get to a point of healing work, you can't shut this down anymore. You know, freedom of speech just becomes a given. The authenticity just flows. You just become more and more real. And the most beautiful part is you fall more and more and more in love with yourself. So in these times, I pray that you will do some research. In the last 100 years alone, research what happened in Germany. Really research it. Research under Hitler. Research what happened in Stalin's Russia. Research what happened under Mao's Great Leap Forward in China, which actually they're kind of doing some of that by brainwashing some of the students in universities and stuff right now who are already on the digital ID. Any university student here in British Columbia, anyway, is on the digital ID. I quit university last year, at the end of last year, because of it. I'm still studying on my own, but I won't have any part of that. Yeah, we look what happened in the killing fields, Cambodia too. I mean, it's just it's time. It's now it's a global movement, but they are the 1% and we are the 99. And when we believe in ourselves and we know that what we are doing, even if we don't see tomorrow, we're bringing in a better world for our children and we can die in peace. And that feels would feel a lot better than going out knowing that you were a coward and afraid to do the right thing. And instead, you followed fear because there are only two paths right now. One is the path of fear, and one is the path of love. And you can choose. And if you follow love, you'll never go wrong. I can promise you that. I love you guys. Remember, it's Remembrance Day. That's why I'm sharing this. You may not hear from me quite so much on talks like this going into the future because I just can't. Um, but I may do some cool interviews and I will definitely post lots of health and wellness related stuff. And you know, I mean, I do a lot of that stuff. I do a lot of healing work, a lot of somatic healing work. I'm studying the MACE method now, which is a very cool type of therapy. So come and find me on BitChute and Rumble. It's just not safe anymore on Facebook or YouTube or X even, you know. So I love you guys. Keep the faith and you got to trust in each other. We can do this. We got this. I love you.